onlyoneRadio.com. The best in live and podcast alternative entertainment.
Hello and welcome to an exciting episode of Talking About Walkers. This is episode number 26 overall. Man, we have a great one for all of you guys. But before we get into that, I just want people to know that we actually have a new call-in number. Tonight we're not going to be doing the 347 number. We're actually going to be doing 513-456-1616 is going to be our new call-in number. I will make sure that you guys can check that out. You can still call in with the 347 number, but we prefer you to call in with the 513-456-1616 number. Also, if you're listening to the Blog Talk Radio website, the show, we want you to scroll down to the bottom of the page and our chat room will appear. Now, if it doesn't do that, you can refresh the page and it will appear. Now, you can log in two ways. You can log in via Facebook or a free Blog Talk Radio website. So, I'm sorry, a free Blog Talk Radio account. Sorry about that. I'm so excited about the show today. I'm fumbling my words. All right, so I'm joined by my really cool co-host, the first one, all the way from Atlanta. What's up, Yardley?
Hey, what's going on, Kinte, man? Just sitting here, coming off of a great episode of The Walking Dead, ready to chop it up with you cats.
Oh yeah, man, I'm excited to talk about this one tonight. Tonight, I gotta get a soundboard tonight.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh man, and also our homeboy from Indiana. What's up, Olaf?
Hey, Kinte. Oh, man, this episode tonight, yeah, I can't wait to dig into this one. Yeah, this is going to be fun.
In just a minute, we're going to be joined by our two panelists for the day. I'll introduce them in just a minute. But, man. Okay, so here we go. Before we get into the episode, Olaf, you've been a very busy man. For those who don't know what you've been up to, just say what you can say about what you've been doing.
Well, I have a part-time job that I help out with the local fairgrounds, in Kentucky, and it's a part-time job, and let's see, so far, it's like last week, the first week I worked, I put in 70 hours, and I think this week I've got somewhere around 55 hours in, and it's a part-time job. I'm still trying to figure out how they get part-time when I'm pulling in 50 and 60 hours a week. Interesting. That's like I drive a forklift and various other equipment also for them. They had the big, what they call the North American. It's a cattle show and rodeo, and all that stuff. So, for the most part, I was hauling out dumpsters full of hay and cow manure. So, it's kind of a crappy job, but, I get paid for doing it. It's a crappy job, but somebody's got to do it,
How tired do you be when you get home?
Tired as shit.
Just tired as shit. Yeah, you got it, buddy. I guess I'm tired as shit. There's been, couple different times I worked back-to-back 12-hour shifts. So, work 12 off 12, work 12 off 12, and then go back in for another 9 or 10. And I'm like, what day is it? And it's like, the only day I get free is Sunday. I'm like, well, okay, I don't work Sundays at all. There's no way I can work a Sunday ever.
Oh, wow.
Since about the 9th up until yesterday.
Oh, man. Now, a lot of people may not know this, Yardley, but you are an artist. So give people kind of an idea of your exploits.
Oh, everything that's been going on this week?
Yeah, and some people don't know exactly what it is that you do. And so.
Well, basically I'm a freelance animator. I also do grills. I also hustle books. I do volunteer work for the Army Reserves. I pretty much just try to stay busy as much as possible. I've probably gotten a little bit more away from more along the lines of like digital art instead of inking and drawing, just regular pencil and ink drawings. I've been trying to kind of transform myself into more of the vector art digital side. But I just try to do a lot of things, man. And podcasting is actually, even though I work hard on occasion, the podcasting thing kind of helps me out and gives me a little something to do more than my normal exploits.
Now, do you ever have people that want you to draw them and all that?
Yeah, all the time. and
for free, right?
Yeah, of course. There's a reason why artists are starving, man. Everybody wants things on stack.
Right. It's not like if you're a dentist, you take your chair with you everywhere, right?
Yeah. and I had a real stint, and it's interesting that we have some representatives from the Walking Dead collection. I used to be a hardcore collector of manga and Star Wars toys. Mm-hmm. And comic books, like the whole deal, you know what I'm saying? But, as I got older, I kind of, faded away from that. But, I have boxes and boxes of collectibles. And every now and then, if I see something that's awesome, I'll grab it. But, yeah, that was another one of my hobbies back in the day.
Oh, nice. Now, I know you like Star Wars, and we talked a little bit Star Wars yesterday on another show. But what Star Wars character would be the most fiercest turned into a walker?
Ooh,
Jabba the Hutt.
He couldn't.
Yeah, he could have. Ooh, man, probably.
Oh, I'm sorry, that wouldn't be a walker. That'd be a crawler. Okay, never mind.
Man, you'd probably have to say Yoda because you wouldn't see him coming.
He'd be nibbling at you.
I know. Next thing you know, like your Achilles blows out and there's Yoda nibbling at your foot, man. You don't want none of that, dude.
Oh man, someone should make that picture of Walker Yoda. That'd be funny. Chewbacca. Someone says Chewbacca.
Chewbacca, that would be a scary walker because you couldn't get away from that dude.
Oh man,
the carpet's eating me. Get away.
Oh yeah, that'd be something else. And hey, you know what? He uses a crossbow. So yeah, there you go. All right, so let's give some love to the people in the chat room. We see Adrian, Cindy, Jen Rocky, Joe Harp, Nobody Safe, Olaf, Pet Love, Rachel, Renee Fleming. What's up, Renee? And of course, Yardley. So if I didn't call your name, you're not in the chat room. So please make sure you log in the chat room so we can give you some love. All right, so let's introduce our panelists for tonight. You know him from the Walking Dead collection vault. It's our big homie, Adrian. What's up, man?
What up, guys? How's everyone doing tonight?
Hey, doing great, man.
Great.
Good.
Nice.
Now, if you listen to the show, you know about Adrian's group. But just in case someone who hasn't had an opportunity to hear the show, tell everybody about your group, Adrian.
Yes, I'm the founder of the Walking Dead Collection Facebook page. Pretty much it's one of our biggest pages that we have, where we accept all types of people to come by and join us. We're there to have fun. We post daily updates of any type of collectibles that might be coming out soon. But other than that, it's all about having fun and posting comments, thoughts about the episodes or even the comics or so. So it's pretty much a great place to come by and join us. And on top of that, we also do have our buy and sell trade group called the Walking Dead Collection Vault. And it's probably another group there that's been getting bigger and bigger as the days go by. And there, we have some really great sellers in there selling great stuff, some really good collectibles, great prices. Members are having a blast there. They're getting along. Everybody's making great deals. So if you're looking for that specific item, feel free to come over, join us, and we hope to see you and get your item there and make some good deals too while you're at it. And that's called again the Walking Dead Collection Vault. So we got some really good stuff there, guys.
And real quick, give a shout out to our boy Dan.
Yes, a quick update. Dan Deming, he's our head administrator for the Walking Dead Collection Vault. The past couple of I will say a week or two, there was an update about his mom who had a stroke, and things, he was going through some bad times, where his mom's getting sick and so on, so she had to have surgery. This past week, he's been great updates, and thank God that his mom is much better. She's recovering. So he has us updates with, sending pictures of her and stuff, and thank God that everything so far is looking just great for his mom and for him too. So a great shout out to him. We're with you, Dan. And we're pulling for your mom's much quicker recovery, and we look forward and having him with us tomorrow. So.
Yeah. So if anybody has him as a friend, make sure you check him out and make sure you let him know that our hearts are with him and his family. So he's a good dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So also joining us, we have Cindy. How you doing, Cindy?
I'm doing great.
Now, when you first came on the show, you had one group. Now you have 4.
2.
2. All right.
Might as well be 4.
So
I'm on a bunch of them all the time.
So tell us about your 2 groups.
I created a group called the Walking Dead Fans. Basically, it just started as a place for the fans around my hometown to get updates. I'm a theater manager, and we show it on the big screen for the premieres and the finales. And we wanted to be able to, I wanted at least to be able to talk to those fans that come out all the time and keep them up to date and, hear their opinions. So it started out with just like 10 people in the group, and, suddenly it slowly started growing. More and more people started, sending requests, and I was like, oh, okay, people are finding this group. And I actually, when I first came on here, we were going for the goal of 2,000, and I'm happy to say that right now my page is standing at 3,085 members.
Wait a minute, which one?
The Walking Dead Fans is up to 3,085 members. I don't know how we went up 1,000 because it was such a great, goal for the 2,000, and then just suddenly all the invites just started pouring in, and now we've reached 3,000. So now I need to come up with an even bigger prize than what I had for 2,000.
You a superstar. That's why, Cindy.
Nice.
Thank you, everybody who likes the page.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it blows my mind. But you can, if you haven't heard of the page and you're not a part of it and you'd like to join, you can find us at facebook.com/groups/walkingfans. We ask the one rule of the page, please do not post any spoilers of the episodes. Please be respectful to those fans around the world who cannot see it the same time we can. Each night that it does premiere, I will post a picture or some kind of post at the top where you can chat about it until, probably Friday, later on after everyone's pretty much seen the episode. And then after I made this page, I'm a big convention goer, and I love to meet the actual cast, and they're just such amazing people. And I wanted to let other fans experience that. I love to hear stories of fans meeting them, and I love seeing the smiles on people's faces when I'm at conventions, and just, to see it make their day. And so I, did some research to see if there's any pages like it, and there were no pages that had listed the convention appearances of the Walking Dead cast members. So I made a Facebook page that's called The Walking Dead Convention Appearances. You can find it at facebook.com/TWD Conventions. And basically it tells you every single convention that the Walking Dead cast members will be at. There's an event for each convention, and it lists the cast member, who they played, all that. We'll keep you up to date. We've got all kinds of pictures. You can send us your pictures of meeting them, your videos, your autographs. Also, we have a album for collections. So if you have a really cool collection that you're really proud of, you're welcome to send us a picture of it. We'll put it up there. Basically, just like the Walking Dead fans, it's another place for the fans to just come together and enjoy what we love most, The Walking Dead.
Now, what if you're at a convention and you run into Cindy? Can you take that picture and put it up on there?
Yeah. If you're at a convention and you run into me, gladly, I'll take a picture with you and we'll put it up here on the Facebook page for you.
Just a quick warning about that picture thing with Cindy. Just make sure if you do take a picture with her, please, I advise everyone, do not be by a cliff. Trust me, people, you don't want to be near a cliff.
You guys are never going to let me.
No. That's one you're not going to get away from. Just none of us go near a cliff with Cindy.
Also, don't sneeze. Remember, I said I would shoot anybody that sneezed that had the flu.
Yeah. Make sure you drink some alcohol and.
Yeah, you got to beware of that, Cindy.
I swear I'm a nice person. You can walk up to me and I'll gladly take a picture with you.
All right. So, also we have on our panel tonight Rachel. Rachel?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing really good. I've been missing in action lately, but I'm back.
All right. We're so glad to have you on. So tell everybody what is the group that you represent?
Okay, I represent Brain Stew. What we do is we just talk about The Walking Dead. We talk about Walking Dead. We have a little contest so people can enter their banners, and we can post their banners onto our website. But we basically have a lot of fun and just talk about what's going on with Walking Dead. And we still talk about how much we love Daryl, because he's my main man. But
you guys and your Daryl love.
Actually, I'm missing him. Today they've talked a lot about The Walking Dead. Everybody's freaking out about the show and what's going to happen next week. So we have a lot of fun. It's family fun, and it's interesting. We are getting so many people that want to join the group, and I can't even keep up with the people that want to get into the group. Today we have 137 that I haven't even accepted yet. But that's where It's been going every day. I feel like I'm working. And,
Awesome.
working, yeah, like I'm working, but I'm not getting paid for it. But, there's a lot of people now that the show's on, they're just coming out of the woodwork, and it's really fantastic to see how many people want to talk about The Walking Dead and the cast members, and to see who likes who, or, who hates who, or what have you, within the cast members. So that's basically it. We talk, and we have a good time talking about The Walking Dead and the people that we love on the show. We did have a person that was in Brain Stew, a very nice girl that passed last week, and we gave her tribute. We had her on our banner. She was a very avid fan, and unfortunately, she passed on. So we gave a tribute for a week, and things like that. Like I said, we're a family, and anything that happens to anyone, just like all of us in all of the groups, we're going to go ahead and take care of our own and make sure that people do know what's going on. Especially with people that we've been talking to and sharing ideas with. So that has happened, which was a pretty low point last week for us. Basically we just have a good time.
Yeah,
and also,
I'm glad that you shared that with us, and definitely anyone that's a part of this family, we definitely want to remember them. And I did notice the banner when I went to there, but I didn't know about this person. So I'm glad you shared that with us.
Yeah. I also, the thing is that I think what's so great about not just The Walking Dead, but all of the groups, I know Cindy, I see Cindy's post, and I see, everybody else's post, and like Dan's post, I see his, I'm friends with him as well, and Adrian. I enjoy watching all of them. I jump from group to group because I like looking at what they do.
Since you guys have been coming on the show, have you guys seen more crossover with the groups?
I think so. I think that we're starting to see the same names.
Mm-hmm.
Or I am anyway. I don't know about Cindy and Adrian, but I know that I've been noticing the same names, and I think that's great. I think that's great that we have different rules for different groups, and the people that join the groups, they know the rules of each group. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll agree with Rachel on that. And since the show, when you have us three here on the panel, you'll see names that belong to whether if it's Cindy's group or Rachel's group. I see those names on their end. Now we see them over there at the vault versus in a collection, and it's just the exposure out there for these groups are amazing, because it gives the fans out there to get to know the founders of these pages, and when they hear us, how we are and how we are active with everyone else, and especially you can always come to us, whether if it's Cindy, Rachel, me, Dan, or whoever, any other administrators. I mean, we're all friendly to if it's a question that you want to ask us. So it gives a big exposure, and more people will cross over between groups. And next thing you know, everybody's going to know everybody. So and that's really cool. That's really awesome. And for that, we really, truly thank you, Kinte, for having us here in your show, giving us a chance to get everybody all together as one huge family. But it's amazing how everybody's coming together.
Yeah. And one thing that we all like to do is talk about some Walking Dead. So let's get to the episode of tonight. Dead Weight, episode 7 of this year. And it was written by Curtis Gwinn and directed by Jeremy Podeswa. And Podeswa, I'm sorry. And so the first part of the episode was kind of a flashback, but also it was in the present as well. And you have Brian. Do you want to call him Brian, or you want to call him? You know what? Until he flips, we'll call him Brian. Okay.
Until he flips.
So Brian was thinking about the end of last episode where he was in the ditch, as well as he was washing clothes with the young girl. What's the young girl's name? Megan. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Megan. And it made me wonder something about him. Do you think he's suffering from PTSD? Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, somewhat. I'd have to agree as well.
He just takes it to a whole new level, though.
I mean, even in that moment, he seemed kind of detached.
There's a therapist in a zombie apocalypse.
I think a therapist would kill himself.
The only thing with being a therapist in the zombie, the apocalypse is you wind up with a lot of deadbeat clients, you know.
Yeah.
You know, he seemed when he was talking to her, he was going back and looking at his own life, and there was anger there when he was talking to her about how his dad used to beat him in chess. But there seemed to me like he was angry.
Yeah.
You know, behind the scenes with her, he was just telling her that he seemed angry about it, and that his anger was the governor was coming out. That's just what I thought. I was like, oh, here he comes.
Well, real quick, I'm so sorry, Yardley. The hashtag.
Yes, the hashtag tonight is Drunk Martinez. So if you have a question or a comment, or you want to tell us something that we missed, or give us an observation, and you happen to be on Twitter, just put Drunk Martinez as your hashtag. It'll come up in our tweet decks, and we will address it ASAP.
Yeah, that sounds like a sex position.
Yeah, should we ask the fans out there what they think it is?
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to know that one.
It sounds like a drink. That's what I was saying in the chat.
Yeah, I'd like to walk up and order a Drunk Martinez.
Yeah,
bartender, a Drunk Martinez, please.
It's a Pabst Blue Ribbon mixed with Maker's Mark with peanuts at the bottom of the glass.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, you can only drink it in a ditch. Okay, the first thing I'm thinking is, why didn't Martinez off him or put that rope around his neck or something when he seen the governor in the ditch? I mean, he said it, but that seemed kind of lame.
He could have just left them all together, but I guess it was because of Lily, Megan, and Tara. Well, actually, he stated that was the only reason why he didn't leave him in there. But yeah, I hear you, man. It's like, dude. And you know something else that we kind of realized around this part of the show is that the governor had been with Lily's family for like weeks or maybe months.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? It might not have necessarily come off like that on screen, but they give you signs that the time span has been a while.
Yeah, that's something, yeah. I don't know. When I see the governor, or I'm sorry, Brian, with that family, part of you is like, oh, okay, and they're going to give him a heart, but then you're like, no, he's the governor. He's the governor. No, don't be fooled. It's a trap. So, but anyway, so he pulls him up, and why do you think that Martinez allowed him to continue to go as Brian?
I guess he didn't want to expose what he was to the girls. So he just went with the Brian theory. And another thing too is, I guess how he now saw him in the pit with holding that girl, and probably saw a change in him. But for me, he didn't want to just expose him in front of it. I guess he wanted to get that chance to really see where he was coming from. That's my theory.
What about you?
Sounds like a good theory. Yeah, that would be. I still, even though the kids are there and stuff, the kid and the other two, I'd have left him in the pit. Sorry.
But I
don't trust him. I'd have left him in the pit.
Yeah. What about you, Cindy? What do you think?
Brian. He was still calling him Brian in front of the guys. And the thing is that the guys knew about the Gov, because he told them stories about the Gov, but he was even calling him Brian. I think that I really don't like the way they portrayed Martinez tonight. They portrayed him as not in sync with what was going on. He knew what the governor was about. And for him to get his guard down the way he did with the governor was just, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I don't believe this. And I don't know if he was just nonchalant about the whole thing, or he thought that I'm in charge now, so there's nothing you can do. But he knew how evil the governor can be. Even if he had those families, he knew what kind of man he was.
Mm-hmm.
And
leopard don't change his spots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think I don't really like the way they portrayed Martinez tonight. I wasn't very happy with it, and I wasn't happy that another Latino got killed. Hey,
but Rachel, don't you think that when he left the governor, when him and Schubert left him alone, and when he found them in the pit, for Martinez, that should have been a time right there when he saw him. He got to get rid of him, because that he left him for good, for die. He's going to get it too, and sooner or later it's going to catch up to him, and next thing you know, he's dead. So it's like when he saw him there, he should have got either left him for dead because he left him, and he was going to get it. So.
And that's exactly what I'm saying, because the Martinez that we knew before, he would have done that. Martinez would have known before, all of this. He would have just grabbed the kid, the little girl, and said, "See you later, alligator." But he didn't. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it was because of the family, or Martinez just got too laid back.
You make an interesting point about the Latino going. I knew that Martinez was gone when I saw Kirk Acevedo come in, and because they can only have the Latino count like at one, so it was a replacement Latino. So
what was his character's name?
Two at least.
It was Pete and Mitch. So he was Mitch, Kirk Acevedo.
I didn't want Pete to die.
We're gonna get the stupid Pete. Pete.
Hey.
Don't get Cindy started now. She has the gun. Remember.
We want to welcome Kim in the Flash. Also, we want to welcome. I saw Teresa sneak in, and there was somebody else that snuck in, and I can't figure out who it was. Whoever you are, sorry about that.
I'm just going to call you Drunk Martinez.
Drunk Martinez. Renee says, Pete, us, the human koi fish. Now in the that's going to be funny. We definitely got to get to that. But now, when you guys saw that tank, what did you guys think?
I thought, finally.
Yeah.
Because I'm a comic book fan, so I thought, finally, the tank.
I think it's going to be awesome, but here's the thing. Are they going to use it? Because they're talking about taking over the prison, so why would you want to blow it up?
Yeah, true.
So it's like,
I think
that's
use
just
it for, just to intimidate them.
Intimidation, yeah.
Yeah, probably just to run down that gate, but running down the gate would be stupid because they'd have to put it back up. So it's almost like I'd look at that thing and be like, man, come on, dude. Like,
does anyone have an idea of how if a fully gassed up tank, how long it would last? Gas wise,
it would last long enough to fuck up that prison. I know that.
You're the Call of Duty guy. Come on.
Yeah, man. That's just.
It's
got enough gas for that. It doesn't even have to move. It could just sit where it's parked at, right there, and destroy the prison.
Get the coordinates and just start firing away.
For real, right?
You go to prison and be like, we have a tank. We don't have to say anything further than that. We have a tank.
But isn't it kind of crazy though that, like, first of all, if I've got a tank, there ain't gonna be no Mexican standoff on it. I'm just busting all up in that bitch and just tearing everything up. I'm not even like, why are you having a standoff? It's like, come on, man.
The standoff would be like, I'm counting to 3. You start packing, or I'll make you.
But see, they also had some other vehicles out there too. But it's always funny how it has to go down like that. Which is the opposite of the comics, because the governor came bum rushing the comic book.
So I mean, we have to imagine that they do have armed. That tank must be armed, right, with the ordnance. So, but if it didn't, I mean, it could just barrel through there, right, and be effective.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, the tank could go right through the fence, the wall, and everything. So I mean, it's not going to, even if it doesn't have any ordnance on it, it's still something to be reckoned with.
Now,
would the tank have regular gas, or would it have to have a special type of gas? That was my question.
Diesel.
I'm like,
yeah, it's diesel.
Run on diesel.
Yeah, see, and I'm like, yeah, that's my question. Is like, well, where do they get the gas? Because they have to drive it. They had to drive it to where they. I know I'm getting to, but I just want to know.
Yeah, you never know if you're in that situation. So,
that would be a Pete and Mitch question, I suppose, because I guess the guy Mitch, the brother, probably, because they were all in the army,
right.
So maybe, maybe it was already, gassed up when they got a hold of it, because he said that they broke out, when they broke out, they got a tank, so. Maybe it was ready.
Let me ask one more tank question. Does anybody know? Do they keep the tanks gassed up at the base, or right before they go off? That's when they gas it up. Would anybody know?
No, they would be gassed up.
I don't think they'd be ready for anything.
Because, well, like when I was working at this animation studio in Decatur, when the Iraq jump off happened, they were transporting the tanks and things, on the train line through Decatur, and those things are ready to just get put on a plane and just leave, and they were ready.
Oh, okay. All right, so we can imagine that it's fully ready to go, ordnance and everything. So,
but it looks like an older tank. It looks like it looks kind of weird.
Kind of cheesy, right?
Yeah, like none of our tanks are painted like matte green anymore.
I was expecting the tank from season 1 when Rick came across that one tank.
Oh, yeah.
I was expecting to see that type of tank, and when I saw this one, I'm like, okay, what is that? Is that like a prototype tank or something?
No, that was
with the sleeping walker. Right.
Because the tank that Rick was under, didn't that have like the Desert Storm paint on it or whatever?
Yeah, the camouflage. Yeah.
Remember, it had the possum walker in that tank. He was sitting there just laying there, and then all of a sudden he comes to life.
Looks at Rick.
Oh God.
Well, they picked this one up probably at the local, Army surplus store, so it's a little older.
That's it. There you go.
Well, that looks like a Matchbox tank.
Or a museum. You never know, right?
Right.
Yeah,
true. Now, there's a moment where Brian and Lily are in the motorhome, and there's leaking water and all that stuff, and Brian tells Lily that he wanted something better for us. Is this some sort of manipulation? Is he serious? Does he really feel that way towards Lily and the kids, or is this manipulation?
I really think he means it. I really think that it's, he's turned that into his family. You know, that's his daughter. That's his, you know, wife. You know, he feels protective of them. And he even tried, you know, when they left, you know, he took them all, you know, to try and find a better place. I think he truly meant, you know, that, I mean, he could leave them for the walkers if he really didn't care. I think he means that. I don't think it's manipulation at all. I think he really does want to keep them safe, and he'll do anything to keep them safe.
Right, because he made the comment. He also made the comment. He said, "I don't want to lose you again."
Yes, exactly.
So So no, he's serious in protecting them
again.
Yeah, again.
Did he confuse it with his wife?
Well, if you remember in last episode when he burned the picture of Penny and his wife, if you saw the picture, Lily resembles his wife a little bit, and and Megan, not so much. Doesn't really look a whole lot like Penny, but a little bit. Lily looks more like his wife than Megan looks like Penny, but it's close enough for him to like, okay, I've got a family back again, because Megan is maybe around what Penny's age would have been by now. In other words, not when Penny got turned into a walker, but where Penny would be at now in her age is about where Megan is, I think. So he's going to do everything he can to protect this new family again.
See, and I think the same thing, but I think he's going to manipulate them as well. Because that's his MO. He manipulates to begin with. Not that he wants to hurt them or anything like that. He does want them as family, and to me, he does see her as Penny. He wants to try to do it again. Even though he says, I don't want to go through this again, he wants to save her, and he wants to save the mother. And
right,
like he allowed the mother to look at his eye, and he did save. Well, I was going to call her Penny, Megan, but I think he sees Megan as Penny or a second chance to save Penny, AKA Megan.
Right.
That's what I see. But
I don't
that
believe though that he
would manipulate.
Yeah, I don't believe he would be as manipulative with Lily and Megan as he will everybody else, though. Typically, you notice when you get somebody that, kind of as twisted as the governor is, at home it's, he's just the nicest person. Everybody else hates him, but the wife and the kid are like, he's so nice. He takes care of us so well. They don't really see him for what he really is, because he never really shows them what he really is or how he really is.
All right, let me go back a little to the third season. Knowing what you know now about Brian or Philip or whatever you want to call him, do you think that he went too far with his treatment towards Andrea in the end? Being that she did, in fact, double-cross him, do you think that he went too far, or in handcuffing her and all of that stuff? Because maybe he needed to make an example out of her.
No, he didn't go too far. Probably didn't. As far as his character, he didn't go far enough. Because in other words, a person like him, in other words, as long as you're with him, you're with him. But if you're against him, if you turn at least a bit against him, oh man, then it's on. You are the enemy, and he's going to do whatever he can do to hurt you.
Right, and remember, she was going to warn the person that took his eye out. That was his enemy. Michonne was his enemy. And, God, I forgot her name. her wanting to go back to the prison, to warn them, that right there made him, that was it. She was the enemy. And he said, you know what? That's what you get. This is what you get.
So the ladies on this panel and the ladies in the chat room, please put this out there. Knowing what you know about Brian, a.k.a. Philip, a.k.a. the governor, would you rather be Lily and hooked up with the Philip romantically, or would you rather be with Pete?
That was quick.
Oh wow!
I don't think.
I'm calling it.
I don't think Keith could handle me. I don't think Keith could handle me, but Brian might be able to.
All right, so we got one for Brian, one for Pete. Now, why Pete, Sydney, and then we'll get to Rachel.
He's cute. He's
He's cute.
Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. My status on Skype right now is, oh look, they added a new hot guy to The Walking Dead, and he's dead.
No, he's still on the show.
Well, true, but yeah, he's not the same Pete. I can't marry him now.
No, okay.
It's a little complicated.
I don't mean the looks. I'm talking about just the way that they handle their business as leaders.
I think he would have been a good leader if the governor wouldn't have killed him so quickly. With him and his brother, having experience, I think they would have been a good pair to lead that group. So I would follow him. I would, not just for his looks.
I love the women in the chat room. The homicidal maniac part is, not even a factor. It's just he's cute. He's 6'4". All right. So now, please explain why Brian would be a better catch, Rachel, in your estimation.
Yeah. Cindy is right. Brian is pretty dang good looking.
No, she said Pete. She didn't say Brian.
Pete is very good looking, but his brother would have overpowered him. There would have been problems there. His brother was he's just like Brian.
I love that you can be spiteful as long as you're good looking.
Actually. And the reason why I would go to Brian, I don't even know if I don't know. See, now you're making me think. It's just because he would, not that he'd be a better leader, but I know that I'd be protected with him as long as I stay on his corner. But I think that I don't think that Pete would have, I think he would have crashed. Because even when he said that he was in charge, remember everybody got mad at him? They're like, no, you can't do that, and the other people that were there, they didn't want him to be a leader. They didn't even think highly of him.
Yeah, he freaked out in that house. He's like a soldier. He kind of, look.
Yeah.
I understand that, it was a tough situation, but you're the leader and you're military, you got the military background. You ain't supposed to go, ah!
Well, at the house, who was the first person that went in?
It was Brian.
Brian.
It was Brian.
He's kind of like, yeah, we'll go in here and check it out, see what's up. Kind of like nonchalant. Yeah, all right, I'll go in. Nobody's going to do it. Nobody's going to make the first step. I'll go.
Do you think we're going to get any background on the whole, the bodies with the liar, rapist, murderer, or is that pretty much it, you think?
Oh, that's done.
Yeah.
I guess the heads were it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Hey,
I think
maybe that could be one of those. The webisodes. Maybe we'll deal with that. You think?
Well, the heads being there were there for a reason. It's just a kind of a call back to when the governor was in his secret compartment or whatever. that had all those zombie heads, and it also led into the conversation about them keeping on needling him about what he did before all this stuff started, and what his journey was. Mm-hmm. That was one of the things that was freaking him out. But yeah, I actually like that scene because David Morrissey did a real good job of looking uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. I liked how that when they found the heads, they're sitting afterwards. They sit down and have a beer, and they're sitting around the fire. Started fire, and Martinez and Brian are sitting there like going, "Hey," kind of hanging out. Like, okay, we killed some biters. I'm sorry, they call them biters. Killed some biters, and now it's time to kick back with a brew.
That beer was probably hot as hell too, because didn't they find it outside? Out?
You found it somewhere in the house.
Yeah. It probably tastes like shit, but it is what it is, right? What do you think about Mitch being a former ice cream truck driver, and then he went from ice cream truck to tanks?
I just instantly thought perv when I ice cream truck.
You drove an ice cream truck? Okay, we know what you were doing.
Yeah.
I thought Big Worm from Friday, though.
Oh, yeah.
Could you just imagine the governor bringing the tank over to the prison, and the whole cavalry comes, and you hear an ice cream truck in the background? big ass guns on top of it and stuff, and the music's still playing.
Okay, so Drunk Martinez is hitting golf balls with the governor, and I'm sitting there watching the scene, right? And I smelled some shit about to go down.
Yep.
So when he clubbed him with a 9-iron? And then he is obsessed. Now we can start calling him governor. He's obsessed with feeding motherfuckers to the walkers. What's that shit about? I understand he had to get rid of the body, but man, that is like a fucked up way to kill somebody. So, what do you think the main reasoning was behind? Was it just to grab power? Was it just a power grab, or to bury the governor memory behind as well? Was that a byproduct of offing him?
Well, both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been both. And the reason for feeding them to the walkers or biters, feeding them to the biters that's the ultimate torture that you could do to somebody that you don't like anymore. Because they're going to get literally eaten alive. So, you really can't torture. You can't do much more, torture to somebody than to have them eaten alive by a bunch of walkers.
Yeah, and I think that was a real bad move for Martinez, because I kind of found it that he was mocking him when the governor was playing golf when Merle was there talking to him. You remember that scene in season 3?
Yeah.
So I kind of figured that he took it like really mocking him about that, and especially when he's drunk, that was his only way to gain power, leadership out of that group. Bad move for Martinez though, but
yeah. Did you happen to catch that? When Martinez was up there and he's like, and he hit it, and it's like, I should have took some golf lessons. That's about the time the governor gave him one.
he gave him a golf lesson.
That set him off right there, bro. I would say that would set him off there.
Yeah. What's so funny about walkers is that you can pull their legs apart and their arms and all that, but their mouth works perfectly okay. they will bite the fuck out. When they bite you, their mouth don't fall apart. Everything else falls apart. So, man, he got fucked up too. Did y'all I watched that scene like 3 times. That was pretty shitty death. So, did anyone feel sorry for Martinez? What about you? Losing a Latino, Rachel?
Yeah, he was my actor Daryl. He was the next one in line.
Your man crushes.
Yeah, my man crushes. Yeah, I wanted to see him and Daryl.
What?
Spark up some kind of, fighting, and then, you know, yeah. I wanted to see that, but yeah, I was not happy. I just was not happy with how he forgot how the governor was. That's the only thing. I think that they should have made him stronger, and they made him like, life's good, you know. I don't have to worry about this or that, because he did leave the governor all by himself. Him and Sherbert. They left the governor there all by himself.
Sherbert.
The governor turn around. Is it Sherbert? What's his name?
Chocolate Sherbert.
Speaking of Sherbert, why did he have to get snuffed out off screen? How lame.
Did he have like another gig? Do you know that, Cindy? Did he have another gig? Maybe that's why he didn't come
Not
back?
that I know of. I don't think he's got anything going on.
Gee.
Well, somebody started following us that was like, what's his real name? It's Travis something?
Travis Love.
Yeah, Travis Love. It's like bring back Travis Love to The Walking Dead. But this was like earlier. Like we got this follower, I think it was like yesterday. But I'm like, well, after this episode, you might want to.
Yeah.
You might want to crash that one out, player.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah,
I
would like to believe it's because he had other jobs somewhere, but maybe I don't think so. But yeah, I think that was messed up. They did that, but you know who knows why. But so what anybody didn't like the way that Martinez went out. See, I think it was his ego. I think he wanted to be the boss, and for this time. The governor was going to do what he said. I think it was ego, because he seemed to take pleasure in saying, I'm the boss. But he did say, but then again, he did say we might have to share the crown, which was, to me was weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't compare to the governor. He's a nice guy. He's a good soldier, but he was not a good leader. Martinez. That was from the get-go. He's always been a good soldier, but there was no way that he could be a good leader or somebody that can do what the governor did. Martinez could never do what the governor did unless he was told to do it. But he couldn't think of all that stuff that the governor can think of. That guy's crazy. Yeah. He can think of all kinds of stuff, you know, to hurt people or kill them or what have you.
Joe says the governor hates people who suck at golf.
Yeah, I said I'm doomed then.
That's funny. Okay, so what do you think about when Pete, Mitch, the governor, they go, on a recon mission and they see that camp, and Pete's decision was to leave him alone. Do you think Pete made the right decision, Olaf?
Yeah, because the in other words, they could have gone in, but they'd have had to kill everybody to get the supplies. They're not going to go in, and the people in the camp are not going to share what they've got. So it was the choice was either kill them all or leave them alone. And leaving them alone, I think, was the right thing, because. Like I said, if you made yourself known, then they go, oh, hey, you got a camp? Can we come join you? Then you got more people. So I think you did the right thing.
Is everybody in agreement, or you think?
I agree with that. I mean, he made the right choice, though. I'm sure I would have made the same choice, but when he did that, that just shows sign of weakness towards Brian or the governor. So while he was out on a recon with these guys, that's when the governor actually realized who is the weakest links out of those three, and that's, I guess, he just took advantage of that decision or so. But
now, do we have to worry about that group? That somebody killed all those people. So do you think that's going to play a factor in maybe the second half of the season?
I don't know. Maybe I think it was the governor that killed them.
Yeah, I did too. I think it was the governor, because he left one one alive.
Well, and also the fact that when he goes back and is getting everybody together to leave, I think that truck was full of supplies. You know what I mean, from that camp. That's why he was talking about bailing out. You know, in my opinion.
Right. Well, and it makes his point stronger. It's like, okay, there's another threat out here. You know, this camp was not that far from us, and somebody came in, killed them all, took their supplies. So we need to move on because it's not safe here anymore. So I'm with Yardley. When I saw the camp get taken out, I think the governor snuck back around and got them.
Yeah, because he had a look on his face. It was kind of like this look that he had, and he was like, dude, this, I think his name was Pete. He was like, Pete isn't going to do, you know, what we need to do to survive. And then he just gave that look. And actually, when they walked off and the governor was behind them, I thought he was going to open up and shoot them dead.
Yeah.
Because he let them go ahead of him, and I was like, oh, he's about to shoot him in the back.
Well, and it struck me as a little odd. They're walking, all of a sudden they're back all together walking along, and the governor stops and looks and kind of like then starts going towards the camp again. Why would you go back over there again if you weren't trying to show something happened to him? In other words, there wasn't any reason for him to go there. There wasn't any noise, there wasn't any commotion or anything going on that anybody else heard. So there was really no reason for him to go back to that camp again.
But guys, don't you? Okay, if I say it was not the governor, just for the fact because after all that happened, when he came back to the camp and he went in and told the girls to pack up because this place is not safe anymore, I think that when they came back to the camp and saw all those people dead, that's when the governor knows that there's another group out there doing this. Because I personally don't think it's the governor that did that, because if you look at the scene when everybody was dead, they had the camp had a barbed wire fence around their camp, and it was all cut up on the other side of, like in the background, it was all cut up. And, if he did it, he had a silencer with him. Because that was how many people were there? Seriously, I mean, yeah, right? Yeah, right. He really had to be a ninja and have a silencer. I mean, there was, probably 15 people in there or so?
I think they said, 10?
10? So, yeah. I mean, if he killed, let's say he killed one or two, the other guys would have heard that, the shots being fired. Or I personally think it's another group doing that. So.
Well, wouldn't it be the other way around? If other people went in there and shot it up, wouldn't they have heard it?
That's true. They would have heard something. So that's a little mystery there. Either way, somebody had to hear something. But the governor knows there's someone else out there, and that's why he went back and told, you know what, this is not safe no more. We need to get out.
Maybe they're hinting at Negan coming in from the comics. That's what I just posted in the chat room. That just hit me. I didn't think that when the show was on. I was trying to focus on who it was, but it didn't hit me until just now. Maybe they're hinting at Negan coming in.
Dun 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 dun.
Because, well, if you see, there's a deleted scene in season 1 that they go back to that
the healthcare the
healthcare place, and everyone was shot in the head, and Daryl says this wasn't walkers, this was people. And to me, that was a hint towards the governor. That's what I took it as. But they, of course, didn't have it in the show. Mm-hmm. But I feel like maybe this is a hint towards Negan, saying governor's not your worst fear. I think maybe that's Kirkman's way of saying there's more. There's more than just the governor, and there's worse things out there. The governor's not the only one with these thoughts. And I think it shocked the governor to see that, oh wow, someone else is doing it too.
He's like there's a bigger asshole than me.
Yeah. Dude, I'm hoping Glenn doesn't die, this season, because I want the Negan scene. I want him to, as horrible as it sounds, I love Glenn, but I want him to get bashed. with Lucille.
But they're gonna do things at their own way. I don't think because we haven't seen up to this point, they're going to, whoever dies, they're gonna go about it in a different way. I mean, because that's all that they've been doing throughout this series. I think that Glenn's gonna go, but I don't think that they're gonna do it exactly like the comics, because they want it to be a mystery to even people who read the books.
True. As long as someone gets beat with Lucille, I'm okay.
Oh, that'll happen.
It could probably be Daryl. Daryl can take that beat down.
I will be. Sadly, I'd be okay with that. Now every fangirl's gonna hate me right now.
Dang.
Oh, don't worry. I'm tweeting Norman and Steven.
Oh no!
Kinte, add that to the list, Kinte.
Oh man!
Don't tell anyone my Twitter name.
Yeah, Cindy's worse than the governor. She needs an eye patch.
I have an eye patch.
I bet.
I have one. I got it in Woodbury.
So don't go near the cliff with Cindy or out in the woods. It's like you're just not going to come back.
If you have a date with Cindy, it will be your last.
Unless you give me a Daryl Dixon Series 1 action figure, remember?
Oh, then she won't kill you that night.
Yeah, right. We'll have another one the next night. You're doomed.
So what did you guys think about the quicksand of walkers?
That was pretty cool.
It was funny. Like, what the hell? Was that quicksand in the middle of the road? Like, I didn't get that. Like,
that's some of that good Georgia mud.
Is it like that, Yardley?
You say what?
Is it like that, Yardley?
There's some of that good Georgia mud just got them stuck in the road there.
Yeah, on occasion you can get some of that, but that was like a ridiculous. Like I'm like I don't. Maybe that was one of those pits or something that filled up with some muck or something.
And he just kept there standing there looking at it like, dang.
Yeah, I didn't really get that. I was like, what, man, just whip that thing around and back off.
Right.
Yeah. Like, what's he looking at? Like,
okay.
Or just to have everybody, everybody out of the car. It's practice time.
Well, or maybe he stopped there and put the lights on it so that Lily and the rest of them could see those walkers and see how dangerous it is, and get more attached to him. You know what I mean? Like, you really need me to get through this type of thing. So maybe that's why he had the lights on it, to kind of freak them out and make them even more reliant mentally on him.
So you think he never was planning on leaving that night? He never was planning on leaving that night, was he?
No.
No, he was just, that's part of his, it's not safe, we've got to go.
Yeah.
But then to try to get everybody else, because he can say there's a whole bunch of walkers that are stuck in the mud out here. If it ever dries out, they're going to be out. And, it gives him more reason to say it's not safe and we need to move on. Nobody's
safe at all.
You want me to tell you who's not safe right about now?
Who?
The Denver Broncos.
There goes the manipulation. That's what I was talking about with his manipulation. Even though that he wants to have the family, and he thinks that he's going to do what he can to keep them, even if it is to scare them by showing them that. I still think that he had the food. I still think he had all that. He already knows. The governor already knows 24 hours ahead of time of what he's going to do, maybe even 48 hours ahead of time, because he already has a plan of what he wants to do, especially when he's seeing, the weaknesses of the other men. He knew that he had to get rid of Martinez, first of all. After that, and then get rid of Pete. After that, he knew that other guy, what's his name? The Pete's brother? Rich, yeah. He knew Rich would go ahead and follow his lead, because Rich acts a lot like him. So he needed somebody like him to do that.
And I have a question for Yardley coming up, and he'll kind of know where I'm going with this. But first, the governor kills Pete. Do you think that was something that, when they didn't make the decision to take those people out, that's when he made the decision to kill Pete?
Yeah, I think so.
Sealed his fate. Now, when he goes and tells Mitch what he's done, killed his brother.
Oh gosh!
How the hell? I mean, I understand not doing it at that moment.
Yeah.
But that motherfucker's gone.
But you know what, though? You know what I think? I think that this is kind of going to be their little nod to the comics as well, because in the comics, you remember the governor got killed by, one of his own. And I really think that during that battle or whatever's going to happen at the prison, that guy is going to mess the governor up, dude, because he's not going to be expecting it. I think that dude, that's going to be the nod to the comics. Everybody thinks it's going to be Rick. Everybody thinks it's going to be Michonne. It's going to be that dude in the trailer.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be someone from the prison.
I hope so. I hope so, because I don't care if I can't stand.
What if Negan shows up?
I can't stand the idea of just being cool with your brother getting off. Somebody gotta go.
Yeah, someone's gotta get revenge for Pete's death. Excuse me while I cry for a little bit.
Oh, no, that's Pete. I mean, Pete's technically still around. I mean, he's around.
Yeah. Okay. Now I gotta just talk about that about Pete. You know what it reminded me of when he's out there in front of that lake? If you guys I know you guys seen Friday the 13th.
I knew it.
I knew that's where you were going with that.
I knew you were going over there.
I knew it.
Well, now with Pete being in the lake, they got to change his name now.
Jason?
No. His name's Bob. Because he bobs up and down to get it. He's in the lake.
Man, I'm sitting there like, this is like Crystal Lake, and I think there was a Friday the 13th where Jason was in the water like that, and he was zombified or whatever.
Yeah. I looked at it. Oh look, Jason. Oh, never mind. It's Pete.
Watching the next episode, there's going to be look really closely in the background, and Jason Voorhees is going to be there.
So walkers can't drown, I guess.
Well, they're dead, so they don't have to breathe or anything. They're dead. So they would be alive. They would be, still have the drive and everything, but eventually his foot's going to rot off of that chain, and he'll pop up out of there. So when that happens, he won't be Bob. He'll be Pete again.
You know what I was wondering too about that? So that means technically a walker could walk, at a lake bed, just walk and cross on the other side, right? Since they can't drown. Since
right.
They can hold their breath. Well, they're not holding their breath. But
they're not breathing, so they don't breathe. So they don't, the concept of being in water and drowning wouldn't happen. If they got tangled up in something and, they got in the water, walked across and got tangled up, they just stay there and would remain undead until, they just remain undead.
And I'm asking the fans too, if somebody would post a screenshot of underwater walker Pete, who's chained, and he's, I guess, looks like he's flailing his arms like he's trying to get up there or something. If someone can post that at Talking About Walker's Facebook page, that'd be nice.
You're just trying to break my heart, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Just trying to break my heart.
And dedicated to Cindy too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'll have a screen cap in about 10 minutes.
If the first person in the chat room that does that post a picture and dedicate it to Cindy, I'll send you a free comic book.
Oh, okay.
Let's see who it is.
Oh man, that is funny.
Man, but why is Pete getting all this love and not Tara and her cuddy buddy?
Hey, I love them. They were good.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice that she was in the bed? She was in the bed and she's like rolling out with them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hang on.
That's when my eyes got bigger.
Because I actually, there's something that could potentially be concerning her that was in that promo trailer for next week.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, she's with that girl.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then when did that happen? It was like
You missed that?
You missed that, man.
No, I seen it. I seen it at the when they were in the car. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's why I understood her too.
They were in the bed, sleep together.
Oh, Kinte, you didn't see that part, Kinte?
Nah.
When the governor was sleeping and then the other girl wakes up and then they start making out next to the governor?
No, I didn't see that.
It's a deleted scene, though.
They hooked up. It's like during the little barbecue scene thing there. They heard what is the other girl?
Tara's got the most
Tara and Angela.
Yeah, they were flirting the whole time.
Yeah. That was like,
hang on. Here, I've got.
You know what? Give Kinte a screen grab of that.
I've got a tweet from the girl who plays Tara, and it says, hold on, let me find it. It's about being with the other girl. Hang on, I'm trying to find it.
And I was like, yeah, buddy.
Oh, there's a hashtag, lesbian love.
Lisa, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Jen.
Let's be honest.
Lisa.
Oh, you saw that retweet?
Yeah.
She said it's kind of easy flirting with at Juliana Harkavy. Apparently that's her name.
I don't know. Post it in the Skype. Post a link to it or something.
Yeah, it'd have been easy. She was nice.
I'll send it to you on Twitter.
It'd have been real easy. Kitty cat love. That's funny. Okay, so all of this is basically leading up so he can have him a new crew that can go at the prison people. So he did all of this manipulation so that he can have him an army to go back at the prison. I mean, because look, it wasn't just by happenstance that he decided to hop in the truck and go look at that prison. So what do you think about this new crew? Because remember, we know what happened the last time he tried to take the prison. Well, he didn't have the tank, but
he didn't have the tank.
Now, he has a tank.
He's got army guys with him too, though.
Yeah, well, he got army guy though.
Oh yeah,
because he didn't kill his best warriors.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, now they're all camping around in RVs, so he's got a bunch of RV people. Them's almost like rednecks. So he's got one army guy and a bunch of rednecks. So he's kind of tank. So he's better armed now than he was last time.
So he's obviously not going to shoot Michonne, because he was pointing the gun at her. So what do you think? I mean, it's only going to be an hour-long episode, which kind of sucks. But what do you think is going to shake down for the next episode?
It's going down. It's on.
Well, you're saying it's going to be an hour instead of how long do they normally run? Isn't it like 46 minutes, right?
You mean like
not the commercials?
About 42.
It's like 42 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it going to be the normal 42, or is it going to be 60?
It looks like it's only going to be 42.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I don't know. Maybe do you guys see him taking Michonne and Herschel as prisoners?
I think Michonne gets away.
Yeah, Michonne's got away.
But here's the thing. I'm just curious of how it goes down, because I don't really think that Michonne would necessarily leave Herschel hanging either. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Or maybe in some twisted way he gets to jump on Herschel and sends Michonne back to the prison to tell them, you know what I'm saying, that he's got Herschel or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I just don't see her leaving, but I could see him having a gun to Herschel's head and being like, well, tell them, we're coming to the prison. And then he drags, one-legged Jack out there and executes him.
The one-legged Jack. That's funny. All right, so okay, who gets killed? We'll start off with you, Rachel. Who gets killed next week?
Actually, I like what Jen is saying. She's saying that Herschel gets shot next week, and I agree with her. I think that what Jen is saying is probably going to happen here on the messaging here.
Yeah, he's pretty old, so it could be natural causes next week, pretty much.
You got
Herschel going down. And do you think the governor bites it next week?
I think Herschel does, but I think the governor is going to keep on going. There has to be more that's going to happen with him and the group and the prison group. Because now the prison looks pretty welcoming to the governor.
Hmm.
He didn't want to be in the prison. Remember, he says, I don't want the prison. He says, I just don't want them there. Well, now that he doesn't have Woodbury, the prison looks pretty good. And the prison, at this point in time, also has farming on there. They have everything they need there. So now he probably wants the prison, but he also wants them gone. But I think that the governor's going to hit Herschel, he's going to get Herschel. Herschel's going to die next week.
Nobody Safe says Herschel's limp is sexy.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Cindy. Who's going to bite it next week?
I'm agreeing with everybody else. Herschel.
Herschel? And does the governor get it?
I do not think the governor will get it. I think Herschel, some walkers, and maybe some random Woodbury people.
It'll be like an instant replay of last year's finale. Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Then he offs everybody on the dirt road.
I hope not.
He's like, man, I got it. The third time, though, is going to be the charm. All right, Adrian. Who gets it next week, and will the governor get it?
Man, oh man, I'm a 50-50 guy. I'm gonna give Herschel a chance to live. I mean, it's up for grabs, man. I don't really see amount of them dying in the next episode. I think to me it's just too fast for that. And the governor will be around for a couple of more episodes, though. I don't see him getting done on the next one. Because, I mean, it's like, from what I've seen right now from the promo, it looks like they're he's not going to be, going straight to the fence and blowing shit up or shooting people. It looks to me like they're going to try to, they're negotiating something or so, I don't know. I give Herschel a 50-50 chance.
All right, Olaf. Who is going to die, and will the governor be one of them?
No, I don't think the governor is going to get it this time. Like I said, I figure, as I told you, I figured the governor would show back up in the maybe 4th or 5th episode. He would show up and he'd be on for about 3, maybe 3 or 4 episodes, and he's going to be gone. And they're going to take him out. So I don't think the governor I don't think he'll bite it next week. And I'll say I'm going along with Adrian. I don't think Herschel's going to get it. I want to think maybe I know some of the prison people are going to probably get it. And it's tough to say. I want to say maybe Gwinn or Maggie might get it. I don't think Herschel's going to get it yet.
Okay, now Yardley. So who's going to get it next week, and will the governor be one of them?
No, the governor will not be one of them. I think the governor gets to jump on Herschel, sends Michonne back to the prison to let them know that he's coming to stand at the fence and talk. And then Herschel's going to be out there with the governor. The governor's going to use Herschel as a ploy. Gwynn's going to go out there. The governor's going to kill Gwinn, and he's going to stick it to Maggie. And everybody's going to think it's going to be Herschel, but Gwynn's going to go out there to try to negotiate, and he's going to blow his brains out, and Maggie's going to be crushed.
Wow, that's good, man. That's a good one, bro.
Yeah, that was really good.
Wow. Dang, that's pretty good.
You blew mine.
All right, we have the trailer for next week's episode, so let's play it, and then we'll get our closing thoughts in.
Hyundai presents scenes from the next episode of The Walking Dead.
They got walls, fences, peace of mind. There's nothing between us and them. If we're willing to take it from them. We're not leaving.
I could end this right now.
For more video, go to amc.com.
They got walls and peace of mind. I love that accent he uses. All right, so man, it's gonna be a good one. Hopefully, they're gonna have that old shit look when they see him.
Well, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, so we're definitely looking forward to doing that. Does anybody have any last words before we close out the show?
No, I'm good.
I'm good, dude.
Okay, so let's do some shout outs. We will start with you, Rachel. Once again, your group and how can people find it?
Our group is the Brain Stew, and of course we're on Facebook. We're just a huge group that likes to have fun, talk about Walking Dead and all the characters. We like to play games also on Brain Stew, and our you can find us at www.facebook.com/groups/399021913450357. And again, we have several people wanting to get into our group, and we welcome anybody that wants to join and talk about The Walking Dead.
All right. Thank you very much. Cindy, tell everybody about your group again.
All right. Once again, I represent the Walking Dead fans group on Facebook. You can find us at www.facebook.com/groups/walkingfans. And also, if your dream is to meet the cast of The Walking Dead, or you have met the cast of The Walking Dead, be sure and like the page The Walking Dead Convention Appearances. You can share your photos, your stories, your videos. Also, you can get all the event information on where everyone's going to be next. So if you're a Daryl fangirl, you want to meet Daryl, we have every appearance for Norman Reedus for the rest of the year. So go back on there and check it out. You can find it at www.facebook.com/TWD conventions.
All right. And Chuck, if you're there, please come off of mute. Adrian, please tell everybody about your group and how they can find them.
Yeah, we are called the Walking Dead Collection. And big for every...
Wait, we're losing you, Adrian. Adrian?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna. I'm gonna call you right back in. Okay.
Auto tune, Adrian.
I know, right?
You should have asked him to sing.
All right. So while we're waiting for Adrian to come back in, he was having some technical difficulties. Chuck, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, everybody, this is Chuck. And he has a wonderful website that we're going to start working with, and I just want you to tell our audience about your website.
Well, it's goingbeyondradio.com, and we stream. We fully produce live and podcast entertainment, much like Blog Talk Radio, only we actually do the producing. And we just happened along Spotlight, and now we're going to start streaming this great show. So we're actually excited to have bumped into you guys, and so we're just glad to be working with you.
Yes, and so we're going to be doing some of our radio programs on your website, and looking forward to it. We're going to try to actually do tomorrow's night show on your website, so I will, as soon as that's definitely a go, we're definitely going to put that out there, and it's a really good website. And let me give the put the link in there so people can just check it out. It's goingbeyondradio.com. Very, very simple, just like it's spelled. So thank you so much, Chuck.
My pleasure.
And real quick, tell everybody the show that you're known for.
I do a program called Prove It Live, and I'm a paranormal investigator, and so we take evidence from other teams and from the public, and we put it in front of our audience, and we get them to prove it or attempt to prove it.
All right. So definitely, you guys got to check that out, and hopefully we'll do some things together, and when it comes to that as well. So thank you, Chuck. All right, so Adrian.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I think we're still having issues with you, Adrian. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to try to get Adrian going again. So, Olaf. So,
yeah.
Tell everybody how they can follow you and what you got going on.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Olaf Barbosa, and you can follow me on Facebook at at olafbarbosa.com, I guess, on Facebook. Let's see, movies I've been working on, everything's kind of like on hiatus, I think, until after the first of the year, and then we'll start picking up on the 2 live action movies that I'm in, and the one machinima that's that I've been working on. So kind of going into the winter hiatus for a little bit, and then after the first year get back up and running on all that stuff. That's about all for me right now.
All right. And Adrian, let's try it again. All right, Adrian, you might call in on your phone. That's probably going to be the because something's going on with your internet. Press 1. Okay. Yardley. So how can people follow you, and what do you have going on?
Well, first I'd like to give a shout out to you, Kinte, for having me on the Spotlight Hollywood edition yesterday. I had a phenomenal time with our chat with Timothy Murphy from Sons of Anarchy, and I also would like to thank Total Nerd Takeover. We did our Game of Thrones podcast tonight. And to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at militant_marker, and also at Talking Walkers, which is our official Twitter page for the Talking About Walkers podcast. And you can also find me at one additional Twitter address. It's at Talking Hell for our podcast on Hell on Wheels.
All right, cool. So tomorrow night we have a special episode, as we said at the top of the show, at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. We're going to be talking about Walking Dead collectibles. We're going to have a couple of giveaways tomorrow. So we definitely want you guys to come and be a part of that. It should be an awesome show. Once again, Adrian will be there, and a lot of his admins will be there as well. So, and also we have in our show notes a link to his group. Oh, wait, here we go. Adrian, you there?
Yes.
All right. Perfect. Okay, so tell everybody about your group one more time.
All right, sorry about that. Well, pretty much our group is called the Walking Dead Collection, and it's a huge page where everyone can come by and post, talk. It's a huge family there. We also do updates on upcoming collectibles. Once they are announced, we'll post them right away. And yeah, pretty much we're at least I think we're like 100 people away from actually getting to 10,000. So our numbers are going. Our group is getting bigger and bigger. So the second thing we have going on also is our buy and sell trade group, the Walking Dead Collection Vault, and great place to go to look for your collectibles if there's specific ones. Our members there, or if you're looking for something, post it up there. They'll be more than glad to help you out and get it. We got some great sellers with some great prices there. We have a great team in place. Our administrators are friendly. You can ask them anything you guys want, and that's pretty much it. We're really good. We're really growing big. And matter of fact, Kinte, about for tomorrow, did you bring that up already? Or?
Yeah, I did, but once again, we're saying that we're going to have some giveaways tomorrow, and it should be a really, really great episode.
Yes, tomorrow's show is going to be nothing about collectibles. We urge you guys to tune in tomorrow, call in the show, ask anything you guys would like, and yes, we will have exclusive giveaways for tomorrow's show, and we really look forward for it. And we'll have the team with me tomorrow. And it's going to be a great show, guys. So spread the word, share it, and stay tuned for tomorrow.
All right. So with that said, I guess we will see you tomorrow on talking about walkers. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Olaf. Thank you, of course, Yardley, Chuck, and all the people that were listening to the show tonight. And we will see you tomorrow in 20 hours? So
yep.
Yeah. So I math was never my strong suit. All right, you guys.
Night, everybody.